Union Minister of State for Steel and Heavy Industries Bhupati Raju Srinivasa Verma visits None. India's first automated seaport, Vishinjam International Seaport, is expected to reduce reliance on foreign ports for transshipment operations. Two-day observance of state-level National Science Day 2026 by Department of Education as commences. Hello, you're watching ISTV Primetime English News. I'm Jay Shoinam, giving you the news in detail. Union Minister of State for Steel and Heavy Industries Bhupati Raju Srinivasa Verma landed at Longmai, None District Headquarters this morning in a helicopter. He was accompanied by his APS. Upon his arrival at Longmai Common Ground, he was accorded warm welcome by DC None, Vidya Marie, Shidhar, and SP None, Namsadai Peter Pamai, and other DLOs. The MOS visited None Primary Health Center and distributed 4 PMJAY health cards to the beneficiaries. Sir. The Union Minister of State for Steel and Heavy Industries also took stock of the world's tallest railway pier bridge. He was received by Deputy Chief Engineer Railway Bridge Naman at the spot. Later, he visited Rangkhung Part 1 under Hauchong subdivision and hand over the key of a house to a beneficiary which was constructed under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin PMAY Gramin. The Union Minister also inspected Awangkhul Railway Station, where construction is being carried out by the NF Railway. The automated seaport under development in Thiruvananthapuram, India, known as Vishinjam International Seaport, is poised to become the country's first transshipment hub. The port is being developed by Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited through a public-private partnership (PPP) with the Kerala government. In just 1 year of operation, it has gained recognition as a prominent port globally. Several women are employed as automated crane operators, playing key roles in maritime operations. India is also in the process of implementing an advanced vehicle traffic management system to ensure smooth port operations. As part of a press tour organized by PIB Imphal, a media team from Manipur visited the port where CEO Pradeep J. Raman briefed them and conducted a tour of the facilities showcasing the harbor's operations. The CEO highlighted that the port is connected to all major global seaports and functions round the clock. He added that in addition to commercial operations, the port aims to provide passenger services, including cruise ships, with all necessary arrangements already in place. Being a natural harbor, the port offers significant advantages over other ports. Its strategic location along both eastern and western shipping corridors boosts economic activity in the region, he added. Two-day observance of state-level National Science Day 2026 under the theme Women in Science Catalyzing Vikshit Bharat, organized by Department of Education as kick-off at City Convention Hall located at Palace Compound. Former Coordinator, Department of Physics, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Dr. K. Jugeshwar, and Additional Director of Education as Hills, Dangmai Manglem, to grace the occasion as dignitaries. A written science quiz competition was also organized, participated by students of class 9 to 12 from 11 districts. Former Coordinator, Department of Physics, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Dr. K. Jugeshwar spoke to media persons, highlighting the girl students have emerged as toppers in class 10 and 12 examinations. However, women occupies only 33% in the field of science, while men occupy 67%, and the Indian government has been taking measures to encourage more women to choose science, he said. He also stressed the need of the students to learn and explore science from early age.
ꯏꯁꯇ ꯂꯤꯗꯤꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯁꯥꯏꯜ ꯂꯦꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯪꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯊꯣꯃꯥꯁ ꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯂꯛꯇꯒꯤ ꯑꯊꯣꯏꯕꯤꯅꯤ DRDOꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯟꯇꯤꯁꯅꯤ ꯃꯥ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯒꯅꯤ 4 ꯑꯒꯅꯤ 5 ꯃꯤꯁꯥꯏꯜꯁꯦ ꯂꯣꯟꯆ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯅꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯜꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯔꯣꯖꯥꯂꯤꯟ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯡꯀꯂꯤꯟ ko mana DNA gi photo si capture tawbnebo magi photo do sinaraga tawwa nupani da Nobel Prize pi biraga mabuna Nobel Prize pi dana phangandana thamgrinebo sigumba si mayam amal lai asigumba kaise India government hauji de khangakpadagi Department of Science and Technology dagi mogi program ama nupi khattagi ba program ka hapiraga nupi mai si kramana promote tongni science kramana promote tongni karamna nation da moina contribute tongni habado asigi matang da tawda program ni.
Youth Rise for Change has informed that patients at Senapati District Hospital are compelled to buy and use bottled water. Speaking to ISTV News, member of Youth Rise for Change, R.K. Polchawang, further revealed that the district hospital situated at Senapati District Headquarters is also operating with limited staff. The district hospital is the only medical center which is available to people of Senapati. However, the patients are facing immense inconveniences while seeking their medical needs in the hospital, he said. He further informed that the patients are denied of basic needs including fresh water and they are told to buy bottled water for uses in the hospital. He also highlighted that community health centers and primary health centers in the district too are in pathetic state.
There is no water. The sick patients, even newborn babies, and the number of patients who come from far-flung villages under the Senapati district to this only hub that is existing in the district are suffering 24/7 because there is no water. Even if the government try to supply in 24/7, only 1 hour day supply. So it's a very shocking reality why the concerned authorities are deaf and dumb to these sufferings of the people. If the district hospital is in this condition, just think of the primary health center, sub-health center in far-flung villages. I don't know whether these doctors or nurses, they even go to the villages even once a year. That's a big question that is there.
R.K. Pol highlighted the poor state of electricity in the district, saying Karong Power Substation is struggling to operate without enough staff, leaving villagers facing frequent power outages. Without electricity, students are facing difficulties in studying while electronic items are lying unused, he added.
The Senapati people need power supply 24/7 like any other cities in India. And Karong power supply needs to be upgraded. Through our investigation, we came to realize that for the last 30 years, batteries were not changed, panel sets were not upgraded, wires were not changed, electric poles were not changed. And with this capacity, which is existing for the last 30 years, how can the rapidly increasing population, how can the rapidly increasing households be given a sufficient power supply in spite they paying bill every month? This is the question. The concerned authority of government of Manipur, who is supposed to look into the power upgradation of every power station in Manipur, needs to address this issue.
R.K. Polchawang also pointed out the substandard work of road construction which was carried out from Tapaukuki village to Mau Gate along Imphal-Dimapur road. He further stated that the condition of inter-village roads too are deteriorating.
Why should the main contractor sell off his contract work to the subcontractor and then to the third contractor? This is the compromise of quality. When money gets distributed between different stages, how can you deliver a quality work to your projects? I think this is great concern for our people. Village link road serves as a socio-economic purpose for the villages. Today, every village has to be linked with interlinked village roads. We cannot go to that muddy road and create a lot of difficulties for the villages. I think whichever project that is our concern with Youth Drive for Change are raising, I think government of Manipur, the concerned authorities like the Deputy Commissioner has to take into account this.
Assistant General Manager Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority PFRDA Ruby Vinayag Vausagar has informed that apart from government employees, people from different fields can avail benefits from pension scheme. He was speaking at the Awareness Cum Interaction Program on National Pension Scheme (NPS) held by Indian Chamber of Commerce, ICC and Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority PFRDA, Government of India at Hotel Classic. General Secretary ICC Bikendrajit Akoijam, Assistant General Manager PFRDA Ruvi Vinayag, Director of Trade, Commerce and Industries, Government of Manipur Rangnamai Rangpeter, Manager PFRDA Nishant Anand, government departments, representatives of industry associations and financial practitioners attended the program. It was stated that the program was held to raise awareness on retirement planning and long-term social security solutions among the Manipur NGO, MSME, startups, self-help group, public sector undertaking, and government bodies. Assistant General Manager, PFRDA, Ruvi Vinayak, continued that since 2009, private sector employees, corporate employees, farmers, traders, self-employees, and many others can avail pension benefits from NPS Retire scheme. He also mentioned that even former government employees who ventured into entrepreneurship can apply for NPS.
So all citizens of this country can now have an NPS. So NPS is a retirement, essentially it is a retirement savings scheme, and it is a very good product. It is low cost, it is portable, meaning today you are into a government job, tomorrow you want to shift to a private job, or say you are in a private job and tomorrow you want to become a entrepreneur, you want to have a startup. So NPS remains with you all the time. It is flexible in a way that you are the one who makes a choice as to which pension fund you want, and you can always take a call with respect to the investment decisions with regard to the NPS.
The Board of Secondary Education Manipur has reported that 3 candidates were expelled in the HSLC examination 2026 held on February 27, 2026 optional subject. According to a report by Board of Secondary Education Manipur, 2 candidates bearing roll number 33331 and 33097 were expelled from impersonation from Lilong Higher Secondary Madrasa Examination Center. Another candidate bearing roll number 38476 was expelled for impersonation from Kumari High School Yangthang Examination Center. The board has stated that necessary action has been taken as per the rules in force. Milal conveyed a meeting with AMJU and EGM focusing on the Manipur conflict and assess how many people still read newspapers in the state. The meeting held at Manipur Press Club adopted certain resolutions. There were inclusion of Meitei Mayek in evening newspaper to continue, including Meitei Mayek in Old Delhi newspaper, and to work together on making local newspapers thrive again. President of AMJU, Asem Bhakta, General Secretary AMJU, Khwairakpam Nauba, Publicity Secretary Milal, Soibam Arun, and Secretary Education Milal, Singamayum Chauba too were present in the meeting. The Manipur State Legal Services Authority, MASLSA, organized a one-day capacity building program for 45 newly panel lawyers today at the Conference Hall ADR Building, Lamphilpat, Imphal West, Manipur. The program began with a welcome address by Additional Member Secretary, MASLSA, as Mangalay B. Devi, and featured 3 sessions. The inaugural session was conducted by Member Secretary, MASLSA, Alek Muiva, on role and responsibilities of legal services lawyers, do's and don'ts for a panel lawyer, where he emphasized serving the weaker sections, spreading legal awareness, maintaining professionalism, avoiding unnecessary adjournments, promoting ADR in civil matters, and strictly refraining from accepting money from beneficiaries. The second session was taken up by W. Tonen Meitei, Judge, Special Court No. 2, POCSO, on basic knowledge in civil remedies with special emphasis on injunction, covering key provisions of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, including Section 9 CPC and various types of injunctions. The third session was delivered by Sorokhaibam Rabindra Singh, advocate on lawyering, skills civil law, drafting examination of witnesses and arguments, focusing on practical aspects of civil litigation. The program concluded with a vote of thanks by Fakhrul Islam Chowdhury, Deputy Member Secretary, MASLSA. The 8th General Conference of the Paumai Naga Nautumai Mi PNNM Paumai Naga Women Union is currently underway at Senapati District Headquarters from February 26 to 28, 2026 under the theme Ignite Your Sparkle. The 3-day conference was brought together women leaders, community organizations, dignitaries and delegates from various Paumai inhabited regions in a celebration of identity, resilience and collective responsibility. Minister for Tourism and Higher Education Government of Nagaland, Temjen Imnaalong, graced the event as the chief guest, where he and his entourage were accorded a rousing traditional welcome upon their arrival at the venue. MLA of 9 Kohima Town, AC, Silhautu Russo, and Deputy Commissioner Senapati Mamoni Dole were among the main guests. Also present were Syed Mohammad Jaib, Superintendent of Police, Senapati, leaders and colleagues of PNU, PNTM, SDWA, NPMHR South, NWU, NPO, and SDSA, SDOs from various blocks, members of Javame Village Authority, Paumai ex-MLAs, former chairman and members of ADC Senapati, and officials from the Tourism Department, including the Additional Director, Deputy Director, Junior Engineer, Tourist Officers, and staff. In their addresses, P. Delihla Pau and DC Mamoni Dole underscored the importance of unity, women's empowerment, and collective responsibility. Pau expressed gratitude to the dignitaries and delegates, describing their presence as a calling to serve the community, and reflected on her challenging tenure marked by trials and misunderstanding while appreciating the support she received. She called for reconciliation and solidarity to ensure no woman faces hardship alone. DC Dole meanwhile emphasized that women must actively participate in socio-cultural, economic and political processes, highlighting education as the foundation of empowerment. She also raised concerns over low institutional delivery rates in the district and urged greater awareness, economic self-reliance through self-help groups, and mutual support to build a stronger and more empowered society. Delivering his address, Minister for Tourism and Higher Education Government of Nagaland, Temjen Imnaalong, conveyed greetings from Nagaland and praised the cultural performances as a celebration of identity and community spirit. Congratulating the women, he lauded their strength, resilience, and commitment to family, community, and faith, noting that the silent sacrifices of mothers form the backbone of society. Describing the conference as a moment of restoration and recommitment, he emphasized that despite geographical divisions, the Nagas remain one people. He acknowledged that he had previously held misconceptions about Nagas living across state boundaries, but said he later realized his mistake and reaffirmed the unity of the Naga community. He also acknowledged Dr. Atto as a change maker in politics and healthcare, and highlighted initiatives under the leadership of Nephew Rio, including hundreds of free medical and surgical camps in remote villages, benefiting many, especially women, while urging unity and preservation of cultural heritage for future progress. The Culture Day program featured vibrant traditional performances, folk songs, and presentations showcasing the rich heritage of the Paumai Naga community. Highlights included enactments of traditional farming practices, a bark spinning demonstration, cultural dances, indigenous Paumai earthen pottery craft displays, folk songs, and a traditional attire show. The conference will continue with various sessions and events, including the much anticipated Mrs. Paumai pageant scheduled for tonight. In a solemn celebration, hundreds of people from different corners attended the Thanksgiving program of RH Rising Special Emissary of the Collective Leadership NSCN in commemoration of 50 years of service to the nation. The Thanksgiving program was organized on Friday by the Pei Village Council and Pei National Workers Forum at Pei Village, Ukhrul District. In his speech, RH Rising expressed profound gratitude to village authorities, the Paid National Workers Forum, and various community leaders for organizing a Thanksgiving ceremony honoring his 50 years of national service. He highlighted the centrality of faith and divine guidance in the Naga struggle, drawing parallels with biblical figures like Abraham and Moses to underscore the importance of following God's plan. He emphasized that the Nagas' quest for sovereignty and the vision of Nagalim for Christ is rooted in their spiritual foundation, asserting that despite violence, displacement, and external pressures, their nationalism, unity, and Christian identity remain inviolable. R.H. Rising described the Naga struggle as defensive, framed against Indian imperialism, and grounded in moral and spiritual strength rather than military or financial might, urging continued protection of their faith and nationhood. A monument honoring R.H. Rising, who joined the Naga National Movement for Independence in 1975, was unveiled by A.S. Mongshang, hetman of Pei Village, while Chairman Kapang Singh R. Shimre lauded Rising 50 years of service as special emissary of the NSCN, describing his leadership as divinely guided and attributing his achievements to God's grace. The blessing prayer was led by Reverend Kuivangam Shimra, Pastor, Pei Baptist Church, Reverend Sayao Kapai, Pastor, Pei Darshin Baptist Church, Well Marja, Pastor, Pei Ngahurum Baptist Church, and Wungpam Jingyo, Catechesis, St. Mary's Church, and pastors from neighboring villages. Short speeches were also delivered by several other eminent figures. As many as 41 patients have been selected for cataract surgery during a 3-day special eye camp for senior citizens in Tamenglong district, which began yesterday at Oinamlong PHC, Tausem PHC, and Tamay PHC. The camp was organized jointly by the National Program for Control of Blindness and Visual Impairment, NPCB, and 6. The District Social Welfare Office Tamenglong, the District Administration, and the District Health Society Tamenglong. This surgical camp was conducted under the supervision of Medical Superintendent Dr. Francis Daimei, with the local team led by District Nodal Officer DNO NPCB Dr. R. Rangla, and supported by a specialist team from Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences JANIMS, led by Professor Dr. Anthony Kamson and Professor Dr. Jennifer Nane. Dr. Daimei informed that of the 41 patients, 31 were diagnosed with cataract, 8 had other cataract-related complications, and 2 were found hepatitis positive with cataract. Preoperative screenings were conducted at peripheral health centers to identify eligible patients, and more than 500 spectacles were distributed. He stated that the initiative aims to improve access to sight restoring surgery for elderly residents in remote areas and strengthen coordination between district health services and specialist teams with follow-up and post-operative care arrangements in place. As part of an ongoing satellite tracking study conducted by the Forest Department, Manipur, in collaboration with the Wildlife Institute of India, 3 Amur falcons, Ahu, Alang, and Apapang were tagged and released with satellite transmitters from Tuiluan roosting site on November 8, 2025 by a joint team of Wildlife Institute of India, WII, scientists, Tamenglong Forest Division officials, and village volunteers. The tagged birds reached Africa within a record time of about 9 to 10 days and have since been wintering in different African countries. According to Dr. R. Suresh Kumar of WII, all 3 falcons are active and doing well. Ahu, earlier suspected to have issues, is now confirmed to be making local movements within Somalia. As of now, Ahu is in Somalia, Apapang in Zimbabwe, and Alang in Botswana. During last year's wintering migration, Tuiluan too had begun its northward journey to its breeding ground on April 14, 2025. Before we end, the headlines once again. Union Minister of State for Steel and Heavy Industries, Bhupati Raju Srinivasya Verma, visits None. India's first automated seaport, Vishinjam International Seaport, is expected to reduce reliance on foreign ports for transshipment operations. Two-day observance of state-level National Science Day 2026 by Department of Education as commences. That's all we have in this primetime English bulletin. Next, we have ISTV Manipuri News at 9 p.m. Till then, good night.